Hello everyone and welcome to the first in a set of LIONESS CUP interviews. I am Hazard JC and today I'm lucky enough to be joined by Kazemaru. Kazemaru, for those who don't know who you are, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so first off, hi, I'm Kazemaru. Most people know me as Kaz. I'm kind of the IGL flex player for Wild Panthers. Formerly, we were mouse players as well, which I'm sure everyone will know us for our lovely Odin and Bucky exploits. Yeah.
Nice. Firstly, and I was speaking to you about this a little bit off camera, the name Kazemaru, I wasn't sure how to say it. Where does it originate from? Is there anything behind it or just something that you came up with?
To be honest, it's so embarrassing when I say it, but it's basically comes from an anime, Inazuma 11, which was my favourite when I was like 11, 12.
Okay.
And I set it as my username for absolutely everything, and it just kind of stuck that way. So it kind of gives away I'm just a massive weeb, basically, from the get-go.
Nice. I mean, I know people sometimes pick a name and then they get fond of it and it can be hard to change and that's what you become known for. So yeah, it's stuck for certain. And then I come back to the question of, so where did you start in gaming? This can be in esports or just your first casual experience where you began before you were even known as Kazemaru, probably.
Oh gosh. Well, it's always cringy when you say my first game was Pokemon when I was 6, but it was. And then I kind of didn't really touch PC gaming until I was like 19, really. I used to play Overwatch on a laptop, and then I kind of did a lot of open division stuff there. And then Valorant was the thing. I tried it. Was really, really bad at it until I actually put some time and effort in. And yeah, it kind of just stemmed from there, really.
My follow-up question then would be, what was it that initially drew you to Valorant as a competitive game with those casual experiences in mind before and all of those Pokemon you were catching?
I think, to be honest, it was kind of actually the fact that there was a skill ceiling, if you will. Like, kind of, I've seen a lot of FPS games before, like I'd seen PUBG. I'd kind of not really been interested in things like that. Even Call of Duty, I was not interested whatsoever. But I think it was kind of the actual look of the game. It's a very, like, aesthetically pleasing game. And I think that kind of really just drew me in. And then I kind of realized, okay, there's actually some skill to this. And then I just kind of got addicted to getting better and kind of, those ranked degen hours are, they're still ingrained in me.
Moving onwards, what exactly does Game Changers mean to you as a person?
I think, to be honest, Game Changers to me really means a lot in terms of my team and like the friendships that we've actually built. I've kind of had the same 2-3 teammates since, January this year. We've been through an absolute awful lot as well, like as individuals and as a team, and we've stuck together, and it's kind of really that it's just bringing girls together, it's bringing people together who want to build each other up, and kind of just prove that we are as good as the men. We don't really need to prove it, but apparently we do. So, it's kind of just letting us build those friendships and letting us kind of show what we can actually do as women.
You have certainly flourished in that respect, but how is it that you think that the esports industry can then better support and encourage the participation of both women and marginalized genders in esport?
It's really tough, to be honest. I think a lot of it isn't so much what kind of like orgs or kind of individuals in esports can do. I think it's more of kind of, it starts at the bottom, and it kind of starts off at that kind of, unfortunately, you'll never get rid of the sexism and things like that and kind of the abuse that people face. But that is what really, really puts people off, I think. Because obviously, for example, people like me, I solo queue everything. I get so much abuse for no reason, including even if you don't join the voice chat or, you have comms off, things like that. It's really, I think it's about making people comfortable in the space to begin with, which then obviously will allow them to improve and then flourish that way. It's not so much in terms of, we're behind in skill or resources as such, because, we probably are, but I don't know enough to speak on that. But I think it's definitely just making people comfortable and kind of allowing them to work on themselves and work to get better.
For sure. On a lighter note, this is an opportunity to display that, right? The LIONESS CUP upcoming. What are your expectations for this event? It can be as a player or as a team, whether you're aiming for top 8 or to win the whole event. Where exactly do you place yourself?
Ooh, well, ideally, I'd like us to win, obviously, who wouldn't? I hoping for top eight. I don't know how kind of realistic that will be, purely because we are one of those teams where we've had kind of 4 consistent players and then we constantly have one roster change. So we are also excited to kind of announce that because we've not announced who it is yet. That we are really, really hoping for top eight. At least if we don't get that, we're going to have stuff to build on, things to reflect on, and then come back stronger, obviously, for kind of next year's contenders, things like that. So we've got a lot, really. Hopefully stuff to work on if it doesn't go too well, but regardless, hopefully have a good time.
Yeah, you already mentioned it a little bit there, but the team, of course, has some history to it. Are there any other teams that you're looking forward to playing or anticipating coming into this one?
Oh, to be honest, I think it's not so much teams. I think it's sometimes certain players for us. So whether it's kind of teams that have our friends on, or things like that. I know one team that I did see is Scullies, which I thought they'd disbanded, but apparently they're back. And we had kind of a really good best of 3 against them. Not sure if it was contenders or birds of prey now. I can't remember. But it was a really, really good best of 3. They kind of wiped the floor with us, we wiped the floor with them, and then they wiped the floor with us again. So hopefully this time, if we got to face off against them, it would be a lot closer match. So yeah, it seemed pretty exciting. I'm just excited to play, really.
Yeah, I'm excited to cast the matches. Looking back at some of the games you've already had, what would you say that your favourite memory is from Game Changers this year?
I think, for me personally, well, we managed to get top 32 twice, which that's kind of my favourite overall memory. But I think my most memorable game was we lost against Excel on Fracture, but we lost 13-9, which in my mind, for a bunch of people who were kind of thrown together, didn't really have any strats kind of going on. And as someone who only really has confidence in themselves kind of in the past couple of months, really, in the IGL and in the playstyle, to get kind of 9 rounds in that scenario was kind of such a big thing in my mind, just for the team and kind of as myself as an individual. That's probably my most memorable moment from this year.
What are you then looking forward to for 2024 and next year of Game Changers? You take those 9 rounds, perhaps build on it. What's next?
Definitely we are looking hopefully to get kind of, well, we've been top 32 twice. Hopefully we're going to look for kind of top 16 first time around. And we just want to keep improving, really. Whether that's beating teams that we previously struggled against, and, you know, kind of getting a better placing. Just taking the small wins, I think, is alongside the big wins, like getting a better placing and kind of going top 16, maybe top 8, you know, kind of just improving like that. That's kind of all we can really ask for, if I'm honest. But hopefully this time with the coaches and our kind of mental that we have now, we'll be able to do that.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to see. There's plenty more coming up, of course, starting this Saturday. But with all of my questions now done, do you have any special shout outs before we wrap this one up?
Oh gosh, honestly, just a shout out to my teammates and our org. They kind of put some faith in us, which is really nice to see. It's kind of rare these days. So big shout out to Jasper, Risky, and then my lovely teammates, especially Loki Pro and Yabujin or Val. Love those guys so much, and I'm just excited.
All right, thank you so much, Kazemaru, for joining me, and good luck in the tournament.
Whereas, thank you.